Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to the cat lady. So we're trying to convince the doctor that we're depressed. That way he diagnoses us with depression and treats us normally with depression, and then we can be discharged. So he has just asked me, why did I really commit suicide? So I could either say it was just a sudden impulse, I'm ashamed of it now, nothing was making me happy anymore. I just wanted to show everyone how hurt I was deep inside. So, let's twist the story a little bit here. If I say nothing was making me happier anymore, I think we continued the storyline that I'm just still depressed and then he might keep me in the hospital longer. If I turn this suicide event as a plea for attention, as they often are, then he'll respond a little bit differently there, I'm hoping.
I wanted to show everyone how hurt I was deep inside.
Who did you want to know?
I'm not even sure now. People, I guess. Everyone. Myself. I don't really know. Please, ask me about something else.
It's
Do
true.
you feel as if you're a burden, or that life isn't worth living?
Because she did write a suicide note. If you didn't care what people thought, you wouldn't write a suicide note. If anything, you'd make it look like an accident, as best you can. Sometimes when I feel really low, do I feel like a burden?
Sometimes, when I feel really low, I used to think everyone would be happier without me. But I guess people don't really care. Besides, I live alone. Who could I be a burden to?
What makes you feel better?
Work used to make me happy. Antidepressants really did it for me. A long bath. Music. Let's see. Should we come out and say antidepressants? That's what we're trying for.
Antidepressants really did it for me. But then I ran out and never renewed the prescription. I suppose it all went downhill from there.
What makes you feel worse?
People, they've let me down too many times. I hate it when it rains all the time. Noise, too much noise really upsets me. Loneliness, I wish I had someone to talk to. Sometimes it's hard to say. It could be anything. Let's go with loneliness too. Antidepressants, therapy.
Loneliness. I wish I had someone to talk to sometimes.
And yet you seem to avoid people.
Because they're only interested in themselves.
Not all of them, surely. I'm beginning to think you are actually afraid of finding a friend, because it would force you to come out of your shell.
Call it what you like. I'll sure be glad when I find the right person someday.
Have you imagined your funeral, and how people will react to your death?
Probably nobody would come anyway. Can you imagine it? Now that's a sad picture. Loved by no one. Missed only by some cats. No tears shed for me. No flowers on my grave. But that's okay. I never liked flowers. I wouldn't miss that.
Finally, I'd like you to tell me about Eric.
Eric?
Yes, your husband. I believe this might be important. What can you tell me about your relationship? What had happened between you two?
So this is an interesting twist. We have had zero information about a husband. So now, in blindness, I have to guess. I don't really want to talk about this. This had nothing to do with him. Can I go home now? There's nothing to talk like. It's getting late. Can we talk about it some other time? If I took that one, then that'd be no good. I think the first one is the right one.
I don't really want to talk about this.
Fine. I suppose you've opened enough for one day. Okay, one more question. This is just a formality, but I have to ask, are you going to do it again?
That's a hard one. I don't know.
No choice
But,
this one.
hey, I've got it. The answer is no, I'm not. Thank you very much.
Excellent. We're nearly done here. There's just one more thing I must clear with you. What exactly happened last night?
Well, after I'd met you outside the ward yesterday, I went back to my room and fell asleep. I slept really well, considering what happened earlier. But then someone woke me up. It was the same nurse who was so friendly with me the first night. She said we needed to talk.
We must go, Susan. You are not safe here.
But
Please, you must follow me. Quickly.
And so now I'm controlling Susan in the memory. That's a quite weird twist.
I went after her. The ward seemed very quiet. It must have been late at night.
Hurry!
Wait for me. Tell me what's going on here.
Guess I can't walk that way, so I have to follow. This is an interesting twist.
The security guys were gone. She pointed at the corridor and said,
You go first. I'll explain everything in a minute. Susan, if we don't escape now, they're going to hurt you. Please trust me. I know a way out of here. I'll help you escape. Let's go down this corridor. I'll be right behind you.
Interesting. Not that corridor, I guess this one. So, we're trying to escape again. The maternity. Where'd she go? Accident and emergency.
I think I can hear someone coming.
Damn it! We can't go through there. Let's turn back, Susan. I know another way. Turn
See-
left here. We can use the maintenance lift to get us out of this place.
And in a situation like this, you kind of just have to blindly follow, because you just don't know how much danger you actually are in. So here's a problem with a few adventure games where the characters just show up behind things on the first second of the screen. So if you don't hold down the controls, you'll just not see your character and think it's loading or something. It's called the lift or the elevator. Take the elevator down. Darn, I cut the music off. I hate when games cut the music off. I would rather it fade to black and play it, particularly for a game with the soundtrack as good as this.
What are we doing on the roof?
On the roof, I
Liz.
thought we were going down.
What the hell are you doing? And why is there blood on your clothes? Liz,
It's quicker than the stairs. And besides, all the doors are locked anyway. This is the only way out of here. The only escape. Let's both jump. It won't hurt, you'll see.
this is a bad idea. Come down and we'll talk.
Why
I've
is
made
she
up my mind.
killing herself?
I need to end this suffering now. Besides, I have no one to live for anyway. No one ever listened to me. No one ever cared.
I listened. You're a nice girl. You have your whole life ahead of you.
You listened. Did you really?
Of course I did. You talk a
She's
lot, but
gonna
I've always
quiz
been
me.
a good listener. I liked talking to you.
So do you remember that story then? The one I told you the other night? The one about the woman in A&E?
Yes. So, she smoked a cigarette and burned in bed was what she did.
Yeah, she smoked a cigarette and burned in bed.
Okay. You have listened. Maybe you're right. Or maybe it was just a blind guess. But I must jump anyway. I have no choice.
Wait! Please stop and think for a second.
Did you not hear what I said? I have no choice.
Yes, you do! You can choose to come back inside with me, and we'll just forget this like it never happened, okay?
Do you remember that other thing I told you? I'm sure I told you about my flatmates. Did I tell you what one of them does for a living? I bet you don't remember that.
One of them was a stripper.
She's a stripper.
Yes. Or at least that's what I think she is. You've listened. I just wish other people did.
I'm sure they do. It can't be that bad.
What do you know? Why do you care anyway?
I don't want you to make the same mistake I did.
I thought you of all people knew how it feels. When you're trapped, and you can't trust anyone.
Look, I'm sure there must be someone who cares about you.
My colleagues don't care, my family don't care, even my fucking boyfriend never cared. He said he needed to go find himself. Did I tell you when he broke up with me?
Yes, on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day.
Yes. Valentine's Day. You and I could have been good friends, you know. You really listened to everything I said after all. I'll be back. When you need help, I'll be there, Susan. But right now, it's time for me to let go.
No!
And see, I got that perfect. Remembered everything. And she still jumped. I could have been a much bigger jerk and not remembered any of it. And I'm sure she would have said something different.
After that, I went back. I tried telling people about Liz, but they all thought I was crazy again and didn't believe me.
And you were absolutely sure you saw Liz jump off this building?
You know, it doesn't matter. I just want to finish this and get some fresh air.
Susan, I know Liz well. She wouldn't do something like that. As a matter of fact, I saw her this morning. She's fine. I'd like you to come with me and see her. Say hi. Make sure she's all right.
Stop treating me like I'm crazy. Fine, I'll go. I don't even care that much anyway.
Apparently I did. I memorized everything she said.
The door is locked?
I plan ahead, Susan. I had a feeling in my gut, and my gut's never wrong. I feel like I really got to know you, though. I'm very sorry you've had such a difficult life. I like your green eyes and your sleek cheekbones. You're a clever girl, Susan, but the sadness has poisoned you for too long. There is no coming back from it.
Oops. I played too depressed.
For what it's worth, I would have let you go if it wasn't for Liz.
Oops. Well, this would be game over normally,
Where am I?
but I'm immortal, remember. It's a mirror in a theater in a chord. Really good song. I highly recommend everybody get these soundtracks. And I don't get soundtracks for games very often. Almost never. But this one is worth listening to the entire song uninterrupted from beginning to end, I think. I wonder what it does. Let's pull it. And then that cuts the music. Eyeball?
Nasty Dr. X. Little Susan.
Who are you?
I am the Crow, of course. I will get you out of here. Unless Susan wants to stay. I thought so. There are 2 doors leading out of this place. One of them will simply take Susan back to where she belongs. But behind the other one, there is a great reward for her. It's something she always wanted. Something she longs for every single day.
Where are those doors? I can't see them.
Just walk back to the right side of the stage. Ideally, the Susan can't miss them.
Interesting. Do I want a great reward from a creepy eye?
That's Susan like my girls. I knew she would.
Creepy.
Whatever they are, tell them to stop staring.
But they are here to guide Susan. They are the guardians of the doors. They know which door she should enter to get her rewards. But there is one problem.
There's always a problem. I'm
One
not even
always tells the
surprised.
truth, one always
Which
lies.
door should I go through?
I will leave that to Susan's own best judgment. But this might be her only chance to find what she had lost. Waste it. And Susan will never get it back. Susan has one question. And she can only ask one of them. She must use it wisely.
Fine, I can do that. But what's the catch?
It's very simple. One of my girls always tells the truth, while the other one always lies.
And I'm guessing you can't tell me which is which?
It's something I've forgotten myself a long time ago, Susan. But does it really matter? One question is all Susan needs to find the right door.
This is from the movie The Labyrinth. So let's ask. I wish it'd stop staring at me. I could insult him. Why would I want to do that? Let's ask. So I can ask, which door should I enter? Which, if they're telling the truth, he'd tell me the truth. If they're lying, they'd tell me a lie. That tells me nothing. Which door will lead me to my reward? Same question. Basically, doesn't solve anything. Which door will lead back to my world? Same question. Is the door to the left the one I should open? Basically the same question. Is the door to the right the one I should open? Which door would the other doll point me to? Is the other doll a liar? If I enter the left door, will I get a reward? Which door would you enter to get a reward? Which door should I not enter? So the right thing here is to ask this. Which door would the other doll point me to?
Which door would the other doll point me to?
So, follow the logic here. If this one is the one that's always telling the truth, then this one would be the liar and would point me here. So that's not the solution. If this one is the liar, and then this one was the one that tells me the truth, well then this one would lie about which door this one would point me to and tell me this door, which tells me, therefore, this is the right door. Now, is it the right door to the reward, or is it the right door to just going back? I don't know. I guess it really doesn't matter, unless we really wanted that reward. And there's some flowers.
Is this supposed to be my reward? Flowers? I hate flowers! You lied to me! You lied.
Flowers. She sure does hate flowers. Take the flowers, I guess.
Did you really think there would be anything precious waiting for you here? Look at the lovely roses. Just like everything else in you. They just turn into ash.
It was too much to ask to assume that I'd actually get some kind of reward. So we're now back to this cabin with the candles, and we can't walk left. So now I need to go back. Stranger flames strong and steady, but there's no smoke. So we have to blow out another candle to exit, right? Soul and some blood. Someone else dies. Hopefully that wasn't the patient, Anne. It doesn't look like it, but who knows? Somebody's walking outside of the window. Creepy sounds again. Let's walk forward. Guess I can't walk back, right? Something's bubbling up around me. Ew. A body bag. So we're in some kind of creepy morgue or something. It's a hospital body bag. Let's open it. Open it a second time, I guess. So it was me.
You treacherous, dirty bastard. I opened my heart to you, and you stabbed me to death in cold blood. You'll pay for this. I swear you will. But this means the old woman was right. I can't die. I'm immortal. I think it's time to find out how very mortal you are, Doctor.
So, parasite, it seems. Piece of sharp iron is stuck into the girl's chest. Let's take it. And who is this girl? I don't know. He brings his victims down here in hospital body bags. Suicide note. It's the suicide note I wrote. Why would he put it up on the wall? Let's read it. My name is Susan Ashworth. I live alone on a 2-bedroom flat. I rarely go outside. So he knew several things about me. That way. Another unlucky victim of the killer. This one looks like she could have been dead for a long time. So he seems to have a preference for women. Here. It's an old rusty door. Open. It wasn't even locked. Well, of course, I'm not a prisoner here. He thought I was dead. You should never take things for granted, Doc, because this might just be the biggest mistake you've ever made. Chair. If I don't find anything else, maybe I can use this as a weapon. Pick it up. Oh, it fell apart. Lucky I didn't sit in it. Still, this wooden leg might be some use. Just needs a bit of an edge to it. I gotta be careful. Run the hot water. Soap. There's a little bar of soap on the shelves. Let's take it. And then use the soap with this. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's covered in leather now. It might be useful for something, I guess. Whatever that is. Saw blade. Yeah, let's take that. Looks very sharp. So can I use some of these saw blades? Just need some duct tape or something to stick it on the wooden things. Lady with an ermine. Examine the body, examine the doll, take the doll's head. This body is quietly badly decomposed already. While real art lasts forever, doctors' models will soon rot and fall apart. He's making art pieces out of his victims. That sick man. How did he manage to hide all this madness? I guess he couldn't get hold of an ermine, so he used a creepy baby doll instead. I don't even know what an ermine is. I could probably find some use for this. We hear him killing somebody else. Oh God. I've seen something like this before. The living paintings. Except this here is a dead body suspended on wires and tied to a chair.
You're gonna pay for this, you bastard.
So do I keep going this way? The Mona Lisa seems to use a lot of makeup on her to turn her into this spitting image of the Mona Lisa. Enter. Alright, so I don't want to go that way, it's getting louder. Skeleton examined. A fake skeleton. It had probably been used for teaching before it ended up here. A bolt. A large metal bolt. A set of shears. Let's take it. An easel. The doctor probably considers himself quite an artist. Workbench. It's probably used to make a weapon here. Let's use now. Iron bar. And chair leg. And saw blade. I could use it. I should secure the top of the weapon now so that the saw will stay in place when I use it. Right. Bolt. Wouldn't work. Doll's head. That's it. I can take it out now. do anything with the soap here. So I have a mace, but I left a stick here. I wonder if there was multiple things I could make. Let's move to the right, away from the screams until we're certain. Danger sign. Seems like this place has been closed down a long time ago. One day when they eventually demolish it, all the evidence will get buried deep under a pile of rubble. Door. Must be the only way out of here. Locked. Darn it. Key. What, a key to this prison right next to the door? What, would the doctor be so stupid enough just to leave it here? Let's take it. Liz. God, it's Liz. But it's impossible. I spoke to her last night. I tried to stop her from jumping. And yet, here she is, stuck on the metal rod. Looked like she's been dead for a lot longer than that. Was she really there, just already dead? I hit the inner button and missed the one, sorry. So we saw Liz as a ghost. Her pockets are empty, let's take her down. I hope you at least you will find some peace in death. Let's see. Iron bar and bolt. The bolt just needed to be secured in place, otherwise it will all fall apart. Okay. Wet soap. Can't do anything with that. Key. Can't unlock anything here. Mace. So I would need a bolt. I mean a screw or nut. And here we have a Venus. Examine another poor victim of the Mad Doctor with something shiny on one of her fingers. Look at the hand. Ah, nut. Metal nut is stuck on a finger like a ring. I could pull it off if the finger wasn't so swollen and stiff. Ah! So then that is where we use the soap. There we go. So let's enter here. So this is very much more about the story than an actual like adventure game where you would collect items. Just need to tighten it using some tool. Really? So, because most adventure games you'd have to walk around back and forth a lot more, and this is much more about just telling a story. Girl with a pearl earring. Her limp body is positioned in the exact same way as the painting. It seems the killer used the wire to keep her head tilted to the side. Locker. Rusty metal locker. Open. Let's open it quietly. And take the wrench. See, it seems kind of reproduced, or to have to make two weapons. But whatever. The weapon's complete. I suppose it's time to go and see the doctor. So now I have two weapons and the key so he can't escape.
I don't need eyes to enjoy your fear. Scream louder, little bitch! Scream your lungs out! Louder, I said! Yes, this is by far my favorite of songs. Would you like me to dance for you? Unlike you, I know all art needs to be appreciated. Your scream is like a poem without words.
He's wearing a mask and a blindfold. He's convinced I'm dead, and no one knows about this place. Well, it looks like you just made a big mistake, you arrogant a-hole.
Your body, an instrument. I never thought you had it in you, and yet you make every fiber in my body tremble with excitement. Your body will forever be admired by those like me who understand the only pure and true form of art.
So, we're in a weird position here. We've gone late already, so we'll start up right here with women screaming. Sadly, you don't quite get to see what we do to the doctor quite yet. You'll have to come back for the next one. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Boy, is it weird to wrap up an episode with screaming going on in the background. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.